Welcome back, everybody, to day 2 of the GKA Distance Battles 2020. It is the day of the semi-finals. Let's run through what the distance battle is. Due to the situation with the COVID-19, travel restrictions are very severe. So what we have done is we have initiated a world premiere format type of competition. A selected amount of riders have had 2 months to record 5 consecutive minutes of heats for all different categories. So for the quarterfinals, they have different categories of moves they have to touch. For the semis, the same, and for the finals, the same. This way, we have been able to do this type of competition and get the GK family back together. Today is the day of the semi-finals, and we are going to be joined also by the ladies. So let's take a look at the elimination ladder of what action we have out there today. Okay, here we can see the first heat of the day is semi-final number 1 in between Charlotte Carpentier from France and Capucine Delanoy, also from France. Then we move forward to heat number 2, where we have 2 world champions. Carlo Herrera, the 2019 reigning world champion on the strapless freestyle and surfing. And then we have Mikael Iso, who is our twin-tip freestyle GK Kite World Tour champion. These are the heats that we're going to see today, and then afterwards we will be moving through to the men. First heat in between these 2 lovely ladies, we have Capucine Delanoy coming out of France. Her hometown is Playa, that playground for strapless freestyle. 14 years of age, so much talent in a young rider. 59 kilos, 170 centimeters tall. She came 9th in the season last year, and she is sponsored by Playa Beach Villas, Heine, F1 and Manera. Charlotte Carpentier, one of our veterans on tour. She is no shy lady when it comes to podiums. Coming from France, Saint-Quentin, she is 29 years of age, 48 kilos, 161 centimeters tall, and she was the vice world champion last year, supported and sponsored by Core. Really looking forward to start these heats off with both of these girls. Charlotte was one of the initiators when it came to the strapless freestyle together with Carlo Herrera. And now we have also the 2 young guns, Mikael Iso and Capucine Delanoy. But before we start off with the action, I think I can see in my booth, Charlotte, are you there?
Hey Joe, I'm super excited for the live and be competing again.
Hi, Charlotte. Yeah, it is great to see you again, and I'm very happy to have you involved in competing. Where are you?
I'm back to France actually, and I'm going back to Cabo Verde tomorrow.
Okay, so Charlotte, the last time we saw you was in that event we had in February in Cabo Verde, and you've been spending a lot of time out there. Tell us a little bit about it, because that is one hell of a paradise when it comes to our discipline.
Yeah, it was super nice, but we have some pretty light conditions this summer, so it was a bit tricky for the distance battle. I was waiting until the last day to get some suitable conditions. We had around like 15 knots. We made it, but it was like just on time.
That's well. Thank you very much for taking part, Charlotte. What I was saying before also is you were one of the girls that have pushed the strapless freestyle discipline. You were one of the people to really start pushing it, and I'm really looking forward to see. I think I just lost her there. Hopefully we can bring Charlotte back, guys. Yeah, there you are. Sorry, Charlotte, we missed you there. Excuse me. I was saying you're one of the girls that really pushed the strapless freestyle back in the day and really got the, kind of woke up the ladies together with Carla. What do you think of these new generations of girls? Because the level is going higher and higher in general in women's kiteboarding.
Yes, especially for the freestyle strapless. I remember when we get the first competition for the girls in Tarifa, it was a good moment. And now the younger are pushing the limit. I saw Capucine, she's standing a double front roll. It's super nice. And Mika also last year in Brazil, it was super good show. Yeah, I'm super happy the sport is like just going like this, and yeah.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing you out on the water, and thank you for pushing those girls. And let's see how you do in this heat up against Capucine. The best of luck to you, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Take care, huh?
Thank you, Joe. Ciao.
Bye, ciao. Well, there you have Charlotte Carpentier coming out of France. Like we mentioned, she is one of the girls that pushed the strapless discipline, but she is up against this young lady, 14 years of age. Capucine, are you there?
Yes, hey!
Hey, Capucine, how are you doing?
I'm going fine. It's good.
So, Capucine, we were saying you're one of the youngest riders out there and already pushing and pushing. It seems that there's something in the water in Playa. What are you guys drinking that suddenly strapless freestyle becomes so easy, eh?
Well, the conditions there are like so good. Strong wind, good kickers, it's really good. And I was training with my brother, so I think it helps a bit.
He's an okay teacher, eh? He's not too bad,
Yeah,
huh?
it's fine.
Yeah. Capucine, we've been seeing on the social media, like for example, you're the first lady to land the double front row and you are doing it with style. One of the things we've really noticed with the improvement of your riding is you are getting the new moves, but you're also adding your little secret sauce. How has it been to be able to represent that in a different format of competition where you've had 2 months to record it? Easy, hard, challenging, stressful?
It was really sick at the beginning. I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm just going to do my tricks and film. And then you do it and you're like, oh, this one is good. And then you go to train again and you do a better one. And then you film. And after you had like the good it, and that's really sick to do this.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. You are up against a fellow countryman there with Charlotte Carpentier. I hope you have a
Thank
very good
you.
heat. I am really looking forward to seeing you out on the water, and the best of luck to you. See you very soon.
Thank you very much. See you.
Bye. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the second warrior we are going to have in the water. Capucine Delanoy, 14 years of age, the first lady to land the double front row. But you got to land it inside the buzzer. On the water now, we have heat number 1, semi-final of the ladies coming right at you.
Hello, I'm Capucine Delanoy. I'm currently at my home spot in Praia, Brazil. There's 25 knots and I'm going to find my quarterfinal 8 with my manias and my Bundy S 5 meters.
Hey, this is Charlotte. We are here in Kite Beach in Cabo Verde. The wind is pretty light today. We have between 12 and 16 knots. I'm using a 10 and 8 meter Nexus.
Okay, here we have it. First heat of the day. Capucine Delanoy on the right. Charlotte Carpentier on the left. Oh, Capucine, talk about on the buzzer. There we have that double front roll that I was talking about. Look at the speed. Wraps that elbow around, completely in control. 10s across the board. That was an insane move there to start off the heat. And then we saw that air to blind also from Charlotte Carpentier, keeping it a little bit more conservative. But let's not forget, Charlotte has so much competition knowledge. She knows what she has to do. She has been in these situations before. Early moments in the heat, probably going to rack up the tricks and then start to improve the scores. Okay, looks like Capucine going on the outside. No grab, back roll. Get a bit of a butt check there. Going to be interesting to see what the judges say about that. Looked at it like I lost her underneath the... Yep, that will be a crash. As you can see, she completely submerges. So the categories, the boat, nice shove it 360 there also from Charlotte Carpentier. That move gave her the win in the best trick in Portugal back in the day. She has that one on tap. You can see also these girls are keeping me busy, going for a back roll off the back of that kicker, and it looks like we can see Capucine here going for that back roll, landing it perfectly. No grab back roll there, so she's gonna touch that second category, goes up, puts the board against the wind. Judges really liking that. 6.83 in general. Let's not forget the categories that the girls have to tick. They have to do an air trick, a board off rodeo, a back roll, and then that rider choice, the secret sauce. That is the move where they can decide what they want to do outside of the families before mentioned, and to be able to give them those numbers to go through. Okay, looks like Charlotte going for a tic-tac, just not quite being able to get the board underneath her feet. Nice! Back roll, 1 for full extension on that leg. This is what I was talking about, Capucine. She has a lot of style. Look at that, graceful. 7.60. One of the disadvantages of the distance battle is obviously both girls can't be riding in the same type of conditions. Like Charlotte said, she did have a lot of trouble being able to record the heats due to the lack of wind. So we can see Capucine, for example, she's very powered up, looking like 25 knots. And Charlotte also not being able to have that much wind. You can see the tricks are a little lower. I know the judges have taken this into the account, really working on the execution to try and equal the scale up. But yeah, this is one of the disadvantages. But hey, it is so nice to have the family back together, to have the girls ripping, and two of the best riders out there on the water so far. Capucine going for another big rack roll. Looks like she's trying to improve that score. Already got some solid numbers on the board, just over 2 minutes left. A 10, a 6, a 7, and then a 2 for that air. Okay, a little board off there for Charlotte on the right-hand side of your screen. 1.83, just entering that board off Rodeo category. Just under 2 minutes left. We can see Capucine really utilizing the playground of Preah. Talk about Preah is giving us some champions so far. Very good conditions. This is why that event together with Paulo in the Ceará Kite Pro that we do down there, it will be so nice to get back. Hopefully we'll be able to be there very soon and be back in the beautiful Brazilian waters. Capucine again, she looks like she's trying to improve in that score, not quite getting it. Okay, Charlotte looks like she's got a little bit of a gust. A solid little tic-tac there. Once again, you can really see the lack of wind from her side. This is a shame because this girl does have the power and height when the wind is there. Struggling at the moment, but still making the most of the conditions. It's all about pulling it out when the buzzer is there. Great riding here from the French lady. And on the left-hand side, Capucine eyeing up a bit of chop. What has she got for us off the kicker? I can see it. Is she moving? Okay, she is trying to improve on that back. Oh, that was a shame. She did get that more height. Already got a solid score on that one, so obviously she, perfection is key. 14 years of age. This is one of the young talents. We've already seen her with that double front roll. Stylish if I've ever seen it. Boys, Camille, watch out. Your little sister is coming for you, mate. Okay, Charlotte looks like she's got a good amount of power. Hopefully she's got a gust here. Let's see what she can bring for us. Final 30 seconds of the heat. Capucine on the left-hand side. Again, rotating backwards to try and get that maneuver. Not quite getting it. Charlotte, a nice little bit of a kick on the outside. Are we going to see something off of that move? Rodale, unfortunately losing the board there. Will she have enough time to do one more maneuver of the heat? We will soon find out. 10 seconds, girls. 10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. First heat of the day. Semi-final number 1 of the ladies going for another double front roll. But hey, she's already got that 10.0 up there. What an amount of tricks from both of the girls. The first 10.0 of the competition, and Capucine Delanoy taking that double front roll. So much style from the youngster. What we mentioned before, very hard conditions, the difference in between both of them. Capucine did have the wind and the power. Looks like Charlotte had a little bit of trouble with the lighter winds, but let's see which of the moves are the ones that loved by the judges and hit the scorecards with this highlight replay. Okay, starting off with a 10. Look at how she just puts the board round, rotates, the head goes where the body follows. That is perfection textbook. I'm going to be slow-moing that to see if I can land that one day. Going for a big back roll, no grab, utilizing the wind, keeping that F1 board towards her feet. Super technical maneuver there. I really like this 1 foot. Front foot comes off, full extension. Nice little transition, lands with ease. Graceful here from the young French lady. And just this little poppity pop air over the chop here in Preah. What a solid performance. First semi-final of the day. Capucine Delanoy. Okay, a nice little air to blind here from Charlotte Carpentier. 4.53. You can see the judges taking into account the conditions out there. Easy, nice little pop show at 360 there. Skateboarding move. Utilizes the kicker here to be able to get that back roll, 4.47. And this is that tic-tac once again, just getting above the water with that very light wind conditions out there, managing to pull that tic-tac together. Amazing riding from both of these girls. What a way to start off the first semi-final of the women. Let's compare the scores of the scorecards here. And And it is Capucine Delanoy taking the win there with a 26.77 total. What a way to start off a competition. This youngster means business. 10.0 there with that double front roll. And then we can see Charlotte Carpentier, 16.13 total points. Got an average of the 4 to 5 average points there. Just unfortunately, it did look like she didn't have the wind and will not be able to go through. But we will be seeing more of her on Sunday as she is going to be in that runners-up final. Big congratulations to this lady, Capucine Delanoy, taking first position. And I know someone coming onto my screen now is going to be very, very happy. Capucine. Okay, let's see if we can get her. Hey, there she is.
Hey!
Congratulations, that was
Thank
insane.
you. Thank
That
you.
double
That's my
was,
first 10.
I mean,
I'm so happy.
you're happy. All of us are happy. No, Capucine, it's insane to see how much you've progressed. And I've been watching you since you started in player and started kiting. I think it's the first heat I've seen you relaxed.
Yeah, probably.
You just seem to like to start off a heat with a 10.0 move, and the way you throw that double, all I'm going to say is your brother got a 9.4 and you have a 10, so now you can go and give it to him.
Yeah,
eh?
I know. He's crying.
So how does it feel to take the win in the first semi-final and the first competition here on the Strapless Freestyle of the year?
Well, I'm so happy. Like, I'm really happy. Like, when I start to train for the distance battle, I never believed that I will make into the final. And well, that's really sick. And to have a 10 on a double, that's really sick. I'm really happy about it.
Pas mal, eh? Pas mal.
Nice French.
No, a big congratulations, Capucine. You are going through to the final. We will soon find out who you're getting up to, so stay tuned. One more time, double shackers, felicitaciones, and I will see you very soon.
Thank you very much. See you.
Bye. Well, there you have it, girls and guys. That is Capucine Delanoy, 14 years of age. First move of the competition, 10 across the board. Not a bad way to start off. You can see she's stoked, putting in the training. I'm going to say there is something in the waters of Prea. Really good to see her coming out on top, but still Charlotte Carpentier, as we mentioned. Conditions were a lot harder. It was quite light out there for her, but we will see her coming back even stronger next year. Let's take a look at the eliminations so far as it stands. Okay, there we can see that first semi-final between Charlotte Carpentier and Capucine Delanoy. Charlotte will go through to the small final, and waiting for that winner's final, Capucine is there like a tiger, seeing who she's going to be going up against on Sunday, 8 o'clock Central Eastern Time. Heat number 2 coming up next. Carla Herrera, world champion. Micaeli Sol, world champion. Both of these girls are coming out on the water. They know what it is to be on a podium. They know what it is to win a world championship. Let's see a little bit of the individual stats of these ladies. Okay, let's just see. Here we have Micaeli Sol. She's coming out of Brazil, 15 years of age. She is our freestyle world champion 2019-2018. 58 kilos, 168 centimeters tall. Sponsored by Duotone, Iron, and Vivida. One of the most talented riders out there. Really looking forward to see her out on the water. Won the last strapless competition in Playa last season, surprising the world and pushing all of the riders to go further and bigger. But she is up against Carla Herrera Oria Palma, coming from Spain, living out of my hometown in Tarifa. 27 years of age, 54 kilos, 167 centimeters tall, and she is the reigning world champion. Sponsored by Ocean Rodeo, Brunotti, Limit Wave, Sector No Limits, Quabba Fin, and Kite Fun Tarifa with Rodi. These girls are one hell of a hit. Let's see, they know what it is to be in competitions. It is going to be pound for pound, toll for toll. Semi-final number 2, heat on the water, Carla Herrera, Mika Aliso. Check it out. Before we go to this, we are going to see if we can get an interview from both of them. And unfortunately, it looks like Carlo Herrera has had a little bit of a technical difficulty and won't be able to attend us here for the interview. But Mika, are you there?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Mika, how are you?
I'm pretty good, just here at home. The wind's pumping right now, but I'm just here doing an interview with you, watching the competition.
So even better, right? Even better.
Yeah.
So where are you? Are you in Playa or are you in Taibo at the moment?
I am in Taiba right now, actually. I was in Praia last week, but just there for the hotel and just training. I was doing some wing foiling as well, but no, I'm here in Taiba currently.
So, Mika, we were saying you are a world champion yourself, and you are the girl that has pushed the level when it comes to the twin tip freestyle. And then last season, you decided to just enter the competition in Brazil at the last moment and took the one and have given an injection of energy to all of the ladies. How come you suddenly decided to start going with the strapless discipline?
For me, really strapless, it's like a break from freestyle. You know, like if you just train one thing too much, then you're gonna get really bored of it. And I always think of strapless as a way to balance it out. I'm still training kiting, I'm still have the kite and everything, but it's just a different discipline.
And are you, because one of the things we try to bring on the GKA World Tour is to get the most complete rider. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you are one of the only riders actually doing both disciplines, the twin tip and the strapless. Got to be stressful.
Yeah, it's a lot more pressure than just doing one, but I really enjoy it, especially the strapless freestyle. The waves, I'm getting there. It's not really as good as like the freestyle, strapless freestyle, or freestyle in general, but you know, it's coming. It's coming.
I bet it is. Well, I wish you the best of luck. You are going up against Carla Herrera in this heat. Reigning world champion out there. Let's see how you do. Buena suerte, and I hope to see you very soon.
Thank you, Joe.
Take care. Well, there we have it, Mikaeli. So she is, as we mentioned, she is our twin tip freestyle world champion. Won the last event coming into the strapless discipline. Pushed it with some of the biggest front rolls we've seen today. But she is up against Carla Herrera. This is semi-final number 2 on the water.
Hey guys, it's Mika. I just wanted to say I just finished filming the GKA distance battle for strapless. I'm here in Praia at my hotel, Vila Bela Vista, Praia, and the wind was pumping today. I was on my 7-meter Neo, and yeah, I got some sick shots. Hopefully you guys will like it.
Hey guys, Carla Herrera here. We're here in Tarifa at kilometer 90. Conditions right now are a bit light, but it's gonna pick up soon. I will take my 7-meter crate from Ocean Rodeo and let's see how it goes because I didn't train too much the last 2 months. Stay tuned.
Okay, both world champions out on the water. Let's see who throws the first punch. Mikaeli So going for a big front roll. Looks like she grabbed the board at the end of that to be able to keep it together. Carlo Herrera going and airing off at a little chop. Both of the girls keeping it busy. Mika obviously didn't like that first one. That is a better front roll there, trying to increase her score. So this is that first one. Did quite get the board a little bit too low on her. Had to grab it and really keeping it together. Wow, still big score there, 6.17. Air from Carlo Herrera, just getting stuff, starting to get into the groove and 2.67. And this is a big front roll. You can see the extension dragging that foot around, perfectly executed. 7.27 there for Mika. Let's not forget the girls, they have to hit the air, the board off rodeo category, the back roll, and then they have that secret sauce, that move where they can choose from a different family from the ones mentioned before. First minute of competition already gone. Both of these girls have numbers on the board so far. Mika way in the head. Okay, here we can see going for a back roll off of the chop at the outside. So a good move there from Carla. Looks a little bit lighter for her, 5.17. Once again, let's remember the only inconvenience of the distance battle is they're not kiting in the same conditions, but they've had a 2-month window to be able to record, and it is really cool, as I've been mentioning before, to get the community and the family back together under 1 digital route. 3.5 minutes left in this heat. It looks like Carla's got some power. She does. Back row, rodeo. Comes down with a bit of a butt check. Good judges are going to like that move, but they're going to deduct points for sure for that landing. Okay, yeah, Mika putting it up, going high into the sky. Front row board off there also for Carla Herrera. This is that back row rodeo signature move here for the young Spaniard. 4.57 would have been a bigger score, but as you can see, she does come down with a big butt check. Then we can see an air here, 463 there for Mika, just pushing the board against the nice warm winds in the beautiful location of Brea. Looks like Mika's utilizing the kickers on the outside like we've been seeing most of the riders do when they are kiting out there in Brea, Ceará in Brazil. One of the best playgrounds for strapless freestyle on the planet. Right hand side of your screen, we can see Carla. Looks like she's got a decent amount of power on her kite. She's edging it up. What she got for us? Looks like she's going to pop here. Okay, repeating that front board off. Yeah, nice, better landing. Not a lot of height. And a back row board off there for Michaeli Sol. Also just over the meridian ecuador of this heat. 470 front board row board off. Looping the kite underneath. Not a lot of height, but still keeping it together. And then a 4.43. You can see she just lost the rotation of the board there at the back. But still, numbers on the board, numbers on the scorecard. It's competition. Everything counts. Nice little bit of an individual front roll there from one of the guys. Interesting to see who that would have been. Okay, both of the girls coming with a good amount of speed. I'm going to say we're going to see a jump from Carla. Looks like she's sending the kite up. Yep, there we go. We can see popping off. Trying to improve on that air score. She's already got a 267 on the board. Will she improve over that? Yep, 287, so 0.2 account. But when you know, up against world champions, every little point counts. Every decimal will mark the difference. So far, it looks like Mika does have the lead, but still 1.5 minutes left. Anything can happen. Front shove it! Oh, that was so close. First lady I've ever seen trying that. Front row shove it 360. Super close, just getting caught up on the tail on the end of that. I heard rumors she was landing this, and now I know the rumors are true. Let's see if she can put it together in this heat. Final minute, ladies. It looks like Carla also sending the kite up. We are going to see a maneuver here. Yeah, back row, board off. Calm, cool, slick, collected, comfy. Nice maneuver there from her. You can see, puts the board into the wind, keeps it close to her body, 883. Nice little board off transition, back row there from Carla Herrera. Michaeli Sol looks like she's hunting down that maneuver. Let's see if she can get in the final closing seconds of this heat. Front row, gets it, throws it around. Oh, just coming off short with that 360 rotation. But now I know the rumors are true. I've seen it myself. Front shove it is in the house here for Mika. So let's see if she will be able to land it in the next heats, as it does look like she is at the moment in the lead. But we will have to go to the scorecards. Will there be a last maneuver for one of these guys? For one of these girls, excuse me, ladies. 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of the heat. Wow, what a way to end off heat number 2. 2 world champions on the water. We saw big moves. Michaeli Sol with those front rolls, trying to get that front roll shove it. That would have been a very big score, up in the 9s to 10s, depending on execution. Carla Herrera keeping it together, calm, cool, and collected. Let's take a look at the scorecards, because I reckon this is going to be close. Okay, here we can see the first front roll there. 727 for that big front roll. That was the second one she did, improving over on the scores. Here we have a nice air, 463 there from Michaeli Sol. Big maneuver there for her. Really getting the air, just keeping the board connected to her feet. This is that back row board off. Just lost the board a little bit at the end, but keeping it together, getting the number on the board, hitting the category. And this was Carla Herrera, back row out the back. No grab, very hard to do there. You can see, very technical maneuver, 5.17. Nice front row board off here, keeping that board close, getting it underneath her. Perfect timing, looping the kite coming out of that 470. And this is the stylish air. I really like how she pushes out the tail, just really utilizes the wind to keep that board to her feet. Well, those are the moves that made the mark. Those were the replays with the numbers. Let's have a look at the scorecards to see how it ended up. And in first position, taking the win in the second semi-final of the day, 16.33, we have Mikaeli So, 7.27, 463 and a 443. Missing out on one of the categories, but did enough in between those numbers to take the win. Carlo Herrera putting on a solid performance with a 12.73. Just unfortunately not quite meeting the numbers. 5.17 was her top score. A big congratulations to her. But it is Mikaeli So, hailing out of Brazil, that has taken the win of the semi-final number 2 of the day. Mika, how are you feeling?
Hey Joe, I'm feeling good. Wasn't my best heat so far, but I mean, I got the win, and I'm super stoked about that. And yeah, but unfortunately, I think they didn't count my front row board off. That was what it was, the first one. I kind of didn't get enough air for it, but it is what it is. Still passed, still happy. Let's see what's gonna happen in the final.
I thought that was what you were trying. You just didn't. Maybe I think the feet didn't disconnect for that second for them to be able to
Yeah,
count
I
it. But
think
it was
so.
it was a big move out there, and one that impressed me the most, the front shove it. I heard the rumors. Now I know they're true.
I made it that day. Like I swear, like I finished the heat and then I made it. Like, you know, I was like, why not just try one more? And then I went and I did it, and I was like, no way, you know?
Yeah, no, it's super stylish. I mean, like we saw you last year hitting the front rows, and coming from the freestyle, you know, shy lady when it comes to spins or getting the spatial awareness.
Yeah.
I know you will be landing that move soon, but no, a big congratulations to you. You are through to the final, and you are going up against Capucine Delanoy. Were you kiting together when you guys were recording? Because it was a similar time period, right?
No, I think she recorded it the day after me, but she was in front of her house, and I was more like up at her hotel. So yeah, that day, the day before that, we were kiting together and everything. Like I saw her make the double, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like, what are they feeding you here?" You know?
No, I mean, both of you girls are pushing the envelope, and it is so cool to see how the women's strapless freestyle is going up and up. One more time, a big congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday for that big winners final.
Can't wait. Hope everything goes well, and yeah, sick.
Okay, Mika, thanks one more time, and I will see you very soon. Well, there we have it, guys and girls. That is our second finalist of the day. Mikaeli So is going to be meeting Capucine Delanoy. Let's take a look at the elimination ladder. We can see how this is going to lay out. We can see in that small final, we will have Charlotte Carpentier going up against Carlo Herrera. That is going to be a close heat. These girls are going to go toe-to-toe in so many competition. Really looking forward to that one. But the heat of the day is going to be that winner final. Capucine Delanoy versus Mikaeli So. We've seen doubles, we've seen front shove-its, we've seen rotations, we've seen style. Who is going to be the queen of the Distance Battle 2020? We are going to have to tune in on Sunday at 8 o'clock Central European time to see who that is going to be. So stay with us as we are going to take a short commercial break as we're going to go over to the men's elimination, and we'll be right back. Wow, welcome back, everybody. What a way to start off the day. The girls throwing down. We've seen the doubles. We've seen Mika with that front shove at Capucine. It's going to be a youth final. So cool to see the new generations pushing in all the different disciplines of the sport. This is what we want to see. It is the next generations coming up, but they have got their feet worked out for them because the girls are ripping left, right, and center. Moving on to the men now, we are going to be going through to the semi-finals of the guys. Let's take a look at the elimination ladder to see how we stand so far. Okay, so we saw over on Tuesday, we saw the quarterfinals. James Carew getting through over Pedro Afonso. James is known for his power, had the height, and had some of the big moves out there. Pedro Afonso putting on a solid performance. Looked like he had lighter conditions, but hey, 18 years of age, we're going to be seeing more of this kid very soon. Then in that heat number 2, Camille Delanois overtaking Jean-Marcos. Camille had a 940 and a 9.0 average. Jean-Marcos started off with a couple of very big moves. Just unfortunately, Camille Delanois edging past him and really putting on a solid performance. So the first semi-final of the day is going to be in between these guys, James Carew and Camille Delanois. So coming out of Melbourne, we have Mr. Carew, 21 years of age, 90 kilos, 180 centimeters. The winner of the GKA Cabo Verde event, the only event we've had so far back in February. He is on a mission to become and see what he can do here in this distance battle, sponsored by Duotone Iron, Sungod and Quabba Fins, but he is up against Camille Delanois from France. 2 times runner-up for the player event. He is one of the most talented freestyle strapless riders out there. When he's clicking, it's hard to get past him. 21 years of age, 80 kilos, 180 centimeters. 5th overall in 2018 is his best result. North, Mystic, AFTT, Tech, and Hain are the guys that support him. What a heat in between these guys. But before we go to this heat, let's go back to the elimination ladder and see what of the rest of the day we have also. And there's that elimination ladder one more time. So after those heats, as I mentioned before, the quarterfinals we had in between Pedro Matos and Kiko Roy. Pedro putting on one of the best performances we've seen so far. 33-point average. The guy has improved so much, pushing the level up in prayer. Kiko Roy started off with a huge 8.0 move, just unfortunately not being able to equal it out with the rest of the categories. Pedro would be our third semi-finalist of today. And then in the last heat of the day on Tuesday, we saw Mitu Monteiro versus Willow Tonking. Willow, it is so cool to see him back on tour. This guy has vibes for miles. It's great to see him involved. Put on a solid performance up against Mitu. Mitu pulling off the win in the final seconds with a big back roll. He will be our 4th semi-finalist. So coming up first, as I mentioned before, semi-final number 1 in between James Carew versus Camille Delanois, and then Pedro Matos versus Mitu Monteiro. Okay, so let's get some of the guys in here as I can see the little interview booth getting called in. Up first, let's see, James Carew is coming into the house.
Hey, I'm here today. Can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see you, mate. This is a good effort.
I made it today. I made it.
So how are you feeling, James? Semi-final, put on a solid performance in the quarters. We, utilizing, one of the things we've always said about you, you always go big or you go home. But this time you landed a couple of the maneuvers. But I did notice that toe side air 5 shove it was the one that I know you wanted to also have.
Yeah. I mean, you know me, I love to go big, and I was waiting for a windy day, so we finally got some. And yeah, filming this, it was hard. It was really hard. It's like a mental game with myself. But I managed to get some heats, and I can't really remember this heat, to be honest. It's quite a while ago now. But so I'll be watching it with you.
There you go. I'll try and prove you worthy, mate. I'll try and prove you worthy. But James, one of the things I wanted to ask you, you are currently the winner of the only event we've had this year. Coming out in Cabo Verde, you had your first career event win, and the only words were, ah! How did it feel to, obviously, when everything kind of went haywire with this COVID-19 situation, how has it felt to be in that first position of the ranking throughout the year?
Yeah, well, I mean, I put myself in a really good position in February, March this year, and yeah, throwing back to then, it was one of the best feelings. Like it's one of my dreams coming true. It's like the steps to my dreams are they're becoming reality. So yeah, I mean, it still feels really good to this day. And I mean, to have kept the first place the whole year is also not a bad thing. I'd love to have more events. I'd love to fight it out too. But I mean,
I know
I'm at the
you
top,
would.
so I can't complain.
No, I mean one of the things one of the goals we have at the GKA is to make the most complete rider. That in the end is what we aim for to see for a world champion. You have a solid surfing background. I mean, you come from one of the birthplaces of surfing in Australia. Back in the day, mate, you weren't too keen on strapless freestyle. What changed?
No, mate, I hated it. I hated it. I never wanted to do it. I remember when I was learning a front roll, it took me a year to learn a front roll, just a front roll, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But I remember the first event that it really kind of settled in for me. It was the big air comp in Fuerteventura, I think 2017, maybe 2008. I can't remember
Back
the
roll
year,
shove
but
it, mate. Back roll shove it
yeah,
all day long.
never tried it. I tried it in the heat and it worked, so I won. And then after there, I guess it clicked in my mind, and I really saw myself becoming something on the freestyle side. So I said, all right, let's go. And then I stopped riding waves for like a year. Didn't ride any waves, and I just did freestyle. And then I think we had the event in Brazil, and I couldn't ride waves. I couldn't do anything. It felt like a different sport. It was strange.
Yeah, no, I think one of the really good things, especially riders like yourself, you are one of the heavy hitters. Any heat in between you and another of the top five guys, anything can happen. And I think that's the really cool thing to see out there, that the level in between all of you, the guys and the girls, is so close. It just keeps it tense. There ain't any easy heats anymore, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, you look at the draw from round one really now, and it's just like, oh, it's on. Like, it's really on. And I mean, it feels really good to be a part of this group of guys who's really like closing the gap, because I remember when I started, it was between Ayrton and Matthew, and I remember Paul Leno, and the gap under them, it was like huge. And now we're really closing the gap, and now it's a fight. So I love it, and now it feels good.
Well, mate, gloves on. It looks like you are going up against one of the very big heavy hitters out there. I wish you the best of luck, my friend, and I hope to see you for a beer very soon.
Thank you. I'll see you soon, mate.
Take care, mate. Bye.
Bye bye.
Well, there you have it, Mr. Carew himself, the Australian powerhouse. He's amped, he's pumped, he's got the gloves on, but he is going to have to go and throw out some heavy hits as he is coming up against this man entering my booth now. Camille, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Looking nice and sunny over there, yeah, in the southern Brazil. That's the life. That's the
Yeah, it's
life.
pretty good. Like, we have waves every day and wind almost every day. So I'm kiting and I'm surfing when there's no wind. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's a change of scenery compared to Praia.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, Camille, you had a very solid quarterfinal, getting a 9.4 for that triple front roll. I will say your sister's already got a 10, so I expect to see a 10 very soon. Please, let's get these numbers going up. But I mean, Pear seems to have something in the water. What are you guys and girls been drinking?
Just like, I think the condition for Strapless Freestyle was just perfect. Like the wind is very strong. It's very steady. It's always in the right direction, and you have wind every day, so you can train a lot in a small period of time. And also, both of us, like my sister and I, are goofy, so we jump on the outside, and we are the kicker, so it helps
Cool.
for sure. And yeah, we have wind every day, strong in every day, so that's the perfect setup, I think, for strapless freestyle. I don't think there is a better spot in the world to do this.
I don't think there is. I mean, Camille, you are one of the guys pushing at the front lines. You're one of the guys with the innovation. You know that, for example, that double front roll tic tac, you were one of the first guys to do it. How is it with how the level is now? Because there are a lot of youngsters coming up. It's really cool to see, that like in Spain, for example, there's 10-year-old kids that are looking at you guys in strapless freestyle. Where do you get the inspiration? Do you look at different sports? What kind of makes you go to that next level?
It's hard, man, but yeah, it's pretty much every competition I show up with new tricks. Not all of them new, but a few new tricks. And I ride, I'm like, whoa, that's like some really good tricks, you know. I'm good for a few months, you know. And then I see everyone in the comp, and I'm like, whoa, everyone actually has new tricks, you know. Everyone is riding crazy, you know. Like everyone is progressing so fast. So yeah, you have to keep being creative, you know, if you want to stay competitive. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna stay competitive for like 1 month or two, and then everyone's gonna be better than you. So yeah, but the creative part, well, I just go on the water and yeah, I try to do different stuff, you know, and trying to mix tricks and see if it works, see if it doesn't, and yeah, that's how I do it.
Well, so far so good, my friend. It looks like, you know, into semi-final number 2 of the day. I wish you the best of luck up against your good friend James. This is going to be one
Yeah,
hell of a heat. Good luck.
yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Thanks, Joe.
Take care, Camille. Well, there you have it,
Cheers.
guys and girls. These are the gladiators out on the water. James Carew from Australia, Camille Delanois from France. Semi-final number 1 of the men. GKA Distance Battle 2020 on your screen.
Hey guys, James Carew here. We're here in a secret spot, south of Spain. It's like 25, 30 knots, riding my 10 meter, lit. It's gonna be good. Phew.
Hi guys, it's Camille Delanois. I'm super stoked to have win my first GKA distance battle. I'm about to hit the water for the heats too. I'm going out on my 9-meter scarf from low skyboarding. It's about 25 knots out there, so I think it's gonna be really fun.
Okay, we have on the left Mr. Carew, on the right Camille Delanois, who is going to fire the first bullet. James Carew going for a big high loop and a triple front row on the right-hand side. These boys are going to be keeping me busy. 773 on the board. Look, it gets to the board. Yanks the fishing pole, flying through the sky. Is it a bird? No, it's an Australian there. Kylie Rodeo there for James Carew. And here we can see Camille, textbook triple front roll. Look how he just throws his body around on the elbow, lands almost with a same amount of speed as he left off the water. 9-10 on the water, double front roll, tic-tac on the outside, signature move there from Mr. Delanois. Perfectly landed and even got that North kiteboarding carve there in the screenshot just to add it up. I know Klaus is going to be happy with that one. 9:17 here for another move. 2 9s on the board and not even a minute gone of the competition. Now that's how you start a heat. James Carew toe side. What's he got for us? Toe side air 5 stomps the land in there. The board is going to be in pain after that one. Just goes up against the wind, 680 and boom. Perfect landing there from Mr. Carew. Both of these boys keeping themselves busy. Okay, Camille coming through. Rodale, Kylo. Oh, somebody tripped him up there. Looks like a big kid of a chop. Nice, lofty, stylish, with ease back roll here over the beautiful mountain of the Yeremusa. And this is that big crash. Talk about risk factor and going for it. Taking a hard hit there. But I know Camille will be back on his feet very soon. And this is the stylish. Gets the board around. Chills, aerial view. Can you see me, ladies and gentlemen? I'm just going to come down. Big back roll there from James Carew. Okay, looks like Camille coming in on the inside. Normally does his moves on the right foot forward where he utilizes that little wave chop in the beautiful location of Playa. And James also there, the duotone rider with the right foot forward. Is he going to be doing a move here? Does look like he's got a good amount of speed. Let's see who fires the next punch. Okay, Camille, whoa, through the sky. Rodale loops it, comes down like nothing. Look at this. This is dedication. Fully committed, yanked through the sky with that kite loop. Then he's looping it again, making sure that he gets that suspension that he needs. Perfect landing, kite loop, back loop, Rodale, 847 on the board. Camille Delanois, 3 big scores. James also got 3 big scores, but needs to get a little bit higher numbers if he wants to take the win here so far. 2.5 minutes just up on the board. Camille, nice kite control. You can see him really utilizing the kite there to get that height. Let's not forget the category for the men's in the semi-finals. We've got a back roll, board off, Rodale, kite loop, and then the rider's choice. 557 there for that move. Big back loop, Rodale flip. Can he get it under his feet? Just missing the landing on that one. 2 minutes to go in this heat. James just jumping straight on the board. He knows he means business. up against one of the most talented riders out there. These boys are no shy members when it comes to going up against each other. Pound for pound, not as high as we've seen James before, but he's mixing it up there to try and get as much variation as possible. Okay, Camille, one. Okay, front row tic-tac, Rodeo going for another. Oh, getting caught up, and even the kite down on that bit of chop. It's really hard to navigate in between, utilize one bit of chop, then land when it's a little flat section. Just over a minute left. Looks like James is going to be going back out. Super close in between these guys. It does look like Camille has the upper hand so far. James going to the move. There's that shove it that he does. Gets the board in between his leg, Rodale. Perfect landing there for the Aussie. That is going to be a big score. I'm going to go as far as saying it's probably the biggest score he's had so far. Just under a minute left. Let's see what else he's got for us. Here's the replay. You can see puts the board against the wind. Gets the height. Sheets that kite in. Flips it around for that tic-tac. Gets it in between his legs. Rodale. 8:30 on the board. Lands with grace and ease. Very powerful rider here from the Aussie. 8:30 on the board. This is close. This is a battle if I've ever seen it, ladies and gentlemen. Camille looks like he's fishing for his board. Let's see if Mr. Carew can get a last move in here. He's going to need to improve on a couple of scores if he wants to take out Mr. Delanois. Okay, just losing his board there. Looks like he was maybe going to try and go for a kite loop. It is one of the categories for the guys to hit. Final seconds of the heat. James Carew going up big. Rodale kite loop. Stick it. Can he keep it together? No, unfortunately, it looks like he didn't quite get it. Super close in between both of these guys, but very, very good riding from them. Let's see what happens in that heat. It's going to be interesting to see who takes the win. But before we do so, let's go to the highlight replays and see the numbers that made the mark in the semi-final number one of the day. Kylie Rodale started off. You can see, look at the height, gets the power, and there, here's the yang. Vroom! Straight through the sky, 10-meter lit, as he said, 773 on the board. Great way to start off. Okay, there's that toe side air 5 and the stomp of a landing, going fins first, 660. This is a nice, stylish, talk about style with ease here from James Carew. Just complete control throughout the whole maneuver. Keeps it together, 6.0 on the scorecard. And the final move for him, his biggest score. Back row, sheets the kite in, rotates the board around perfectly. Grabs the rodeo, touches the bar to make it count. Comes down with the loop and lands with power. Judges really liking that one. Solid performance there from James. Here's the start off of the heat for Camille Delanois. 1, 2, 3. Just look how he rotates his head, elbow, hips, legs. Where the head goes, the body will follow. That is a textbook front roll there from Camille. Signature move coming up. Double front roll tic-tac. One of the very few guys to be doing that maneuver. So controlled, super big. Really great move there from the Frenchman. If you're looking for a move with commitment, this is the one to look at. Look at him just flies through the sky. Completely dedicated. Risk factor there. Judges scoring high. Kite loop, back loop, Rodale. 847 on the board. And here's that control back row. You can see making sure, pushing the bar back, making sure the kite is in the right position. Very impressive to see the kite control these guys have. What a way to start off the semi-finals of the men discipline. Both of these riders pushing it to the maximum. High maneuvers, spins. We've seen star, we've seen nines. But let's have a look at those individual scores to see who has taken the win. And it is Mr. Delanois with a 32.30 total, taking the win in this heat. That's one of the biggest totals we've seen so far. 910, 917, 847, and a 5.57. James Carew, 28.63, very close in between these two guys. got a couple of big moves out there with that 8:30. Just didn't quite get the two middle scores there, unfortunately, but a big congratulations to him. He is currently our leader, and we will see who will come out after at the end of this season. What a season it has been, but it is Mr. Camille Delanois coming in on my screen, the winner of the semi-final. Congratulations, Camille.
Hey, thanks, Joe. Yeah, really happy to have won this one. It was a tough one.
It looked like a tough one. That signature double front row tic-tac, dude, you make that look so easy.
Yeah, man, I got it locked in. I'm pretty happy. Like, I did it the first time in competition last year in Brazil, and yeah, I've been working on it since. But it's really hard to get it like really locked in. Like the triple, you're gonna land 1 out of 100, and you don't know why. So yeah, you really have to work on it to be able to land it better and better. And I think pretty good now. So yeah, I'm happy.
No, it looked really good. One of the things I definitely saw the difference in that heat, it looked a bit windier than your quarterfinal, and you were committed. That back loop rodeo, it was balls to the wall. You weren't holding anything back, eh?
Yeah, man. Like I did the first one where I had like a massive crash on the chop, and I was like, well, I crashed because my kite was too low, so I have to go higher, if I want to land it because the wind was really strong. So I was like, well, you just have to go higher and go faster and push harder, So and I landed, so yeah, that's pretty good.
No, it looked really nice, Camille. I mean, it's super impressive rider. Every single time I see you, it looks like you're improving. But I must say, one of the things I really like with your riding now is the commitment. It's the risk factor. You're taking the moves that you already had, like you say, landed last year, but you can see you really put in a lot of work to make them better. And this is why the judges, 2 9s out of the 4 maneuvers you can get, you got to be happy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Thanks, Joe.
Well, Camille, congratulations. You are making it through to the final of the GKA Distance Battle 2020. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. And one more time, a big congratulations and thank you for being here.
Thanks, Joe. I see you on Sunday.
Yeah, take care. Take care. Bye, Camille. Thank you. Well, there you have it, guys and girls. Camille Delanois coming out with the win. This guy committed. He has the risk factor, has the height. He is one of the top contenders, but this is why he's in the final. Let's take a look at the elimination ladder as it stands so far. Okay, there we just had that heat number 1 semi-final. James Carew, Camille Delanois. James is going to be coming up in that second final, and then Camille Delanois is going to be in the winner final. Camille waiting to see who out of the next 2 riders is going to be joining him. Second semi-final of the day, Pedro Matos, Mito Monteiro. We've been seeing big things from Pedro. He is the young Brazilian, very complete rider coming out of Rio. 22 years of age, 90 kilos, 184 centimeters tall. Best result, 5th overall, sponsored by Duotone and Iron. Mito Monteiro, 37 years of age, coming out to Santa Maria. This guy has won it all. He is one of the initiators of our discipline. Vice world champion last season, F1 Manera and Surf Sim Fim. If there's anything that we know in this heat, it is experience and pure flair. Pedro, he's known for the tricks we've seen on the social media. He is improving hugely. Mito Monteiro knows what he has to do and when he has to do it, and experience can definitely pay off. Really looking forward to see how this heat comes out. But before we go to the action, let's get these boys in the booth and see what they have to say and see the aims. Pedro Matos coming at you. Yes. It looks like Pedro suddenly turned Australian. Pedro, how you doing?
Yeah, I was a little bit Australian there,
huh? How are you, Pedro? Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm kind of nervous here going against the best in the world. Like, he's a true legend for me. Like, Mito was the first one that started like doing strapless, and because of him we are doing this now, and like I have no words to say how grateful I am to be competing against him.
Yeah, I think one of the things that all you riders always say going up against Mito, it's the respect, and in the end,
Yeah.
it's a respect you gain over time, and like you say, he's one of the initiators. But Pedro, I mean, you yourself, we saw it in the quarterfinals. Your level has skyrocketed from the last times we've seen you, and you've gone to Preah. Any little secrets you want to let out before the start of this heat? Because I know there's some new moves in the tank, eh?
Um, I think this heat was the hardest one for me because I'm not used to do the back row. Like I don't know why, but the back row for me is the hardest one. Even because it's the easiest one to do, but it's the hardest one for me. Because I'm not used to doing normal competitions because I get like a high score for a back row. But as the judge said, for us to do it, I was like, man, I don't know what to do because I was doing three good tricks and I said, okay, now I need to do a back row. And I said, okay, so now I'm just trying to go as high as I can and just try to do my best. And I think, yeah, for me, this one was the hardest one to do. And my final, I think I did much better than this one just because of this, because if you can do a better trick than a back row on the final. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked with this heat. It took a while to get it, but yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
Well, we're all anxious and really looking forward to see your performance here for the second semi-final of the day. I wish you the best of luck, my friend, and hope to see you very soon. Take care.
Thanks, Joe.
You. Thanks, Pedro. Well, there you have it, guys and girls. Pedro Matos, one of the most talented youngsters we have out there. Very, very impressive riding. If this was one of the hardest heats for him, but he's happy because I can see the smirk. And if this guy is happy, he's dangerous. It's going to be interesting to see what it has. But he is up against none less and none least than this man coming onto the screen, Mito Monteiro. Mito.
What's up, Joe? How are you, man?
How are you, Manera?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you, man. It's so nice to still on. So, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, no, thank you, Mito, again for being part of this. It's really cool to see. Just, I know you saw the interview with Pedro, and you are the name that you are in this sport, and I think it's really cool. You have gained the respect of all of the riders, and it must be nice for you as well to see the new generations come up because whoa, the level is pushing, and I know it's pushing you as well.
Of course, Joe. It's, like Pedro, we can see like in the movie and improve a lot, his riding. I remember the last time in Germany, we just talked a little bit, and was a little bit upset, because about the freestyle strapless. Then we talk again in Brazil, and I saw like you have a lot of motivation. So you have a good potential, and you can go really far. And yeah, I'm so stoked to be here, compete with him. And I'm sure you have some really good tricks coming on. So yeah, I'm gonna see what happens. And then for me as well, to listen all the rider when you talk about me, it's really give me motivation, because if I'm still compete, is because all the rider give me this motivation, because it's hard to be there, So I feel like I'm in the family, and we share the passion together, and we try to push one each other. So when I see like the new trick and say, wow, this is nice, I want to try again. Of course, it's not, like it's hard to stay there because each month or each competition, there is a new tricks coming on. So you need to training a lot, So, and I'm not just a professional rider, but I have also the family, I have other stuff to do. But it's really nice to be there, So to be there to be part of this family, so it's so cool for me.
No, I think you can explain it any better. It's super important to have the motivation and to be able to the family. It's like we've been saying throughout the whole show. It's so cool, even if it's digitally, for all of us to see each other, have some laughs, throw out some heats, and in the end, go and have a great time doing what we love. It's really cool to be back.
Of course, Joe, and you can feel also like Pedro say, okay, like, like you're a bit nervous. So this maybe is start to feel a little bit this thing of competition, you know. So for sure, it's not the same when you are on the beach, you know, with all the people. But you know, with this situation, is nice, you know, like to do this, and we do something different, and we try to share each other something different, and so it's good.
Absolutely. Well, me too. I wish you the best of luck. Semi-final number 2. I am really looking forward to this heat, and I hope to see you very soon. Manera, brother, and take care. Saludos a la
Manera.
familia. Thank you, me too.
Thank you, Adi.
Ciao.
Bye bye. Ciao, ciao.
Well, there we have it. Mitu Monteiro, that is our second semi-finalist, going up against Pedro Matos. Experience against flair. Like we said, Mitu is one of the starters of the strapless discipline, up against one of the youngsters pushing the envelope. Let's see how this heat will go. Second semi-final of the day, GKA Distance Battle 2020, coming right at you.
Hey guys, I'm Pedro Matos from Brazil. I'm here in Praia, Ceará. I'm going for the second heat now, for the semi-final. Today is about 25 to 30 knots. I'm going with my 9-meter kite, and let's see what this brings on.
What's up, guys? I'm in somewhere in the world, just filmed for GKA. So there is nice condition, 30 knots, and yeah, so you're gonna see in the movie what happened.
Okay, starting off with a bang. Pedro right on the buzzer. Back roll, tic-tac. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like Mitu got something on the back there as well. Let's see the replay for that. Talk about going right, smacking from the second number 1 of the heat. Semi-final number 2 on your left, Pedro Matos. On your right, Mitu Monteiro. Okay, there we can see Mitu. Looks like double front row, not quite getting the landing. Pedro going for that toe side 7. One of the biggest, oh, just not quite keeping it together. Okay, so yeah, back row rodeo, tic-tac. Super stylish there on the inside section, 7.60. Great move there for him. Mitu going for a huge kite loop back roll, 840. There's that double rotation attempt, but it has a crash there for Mitu. And here's that toe side 7. Almost keeping it together, just losing the board underneath him. Both of the boys firing off with a big start. Mitu in the lead so far. Looks like it's very windy where Pedro's at in play on the left-hand side, but Mitu got a good amount of speed as well. Okay, Pedro, big back row, said he was having trouble with these. Looks like he's getting them pretty easy there to me. Mitu again, also landing that back row rotation. Let's not forget categories they have to hit. Back roll, board off for rodeo, kite loop, and rider's choice. 567 there for that back roll from Pedro Matos. Getting a good amount of height, and Mitu going to the sky, flying with the birds. 510 there for that back roll. Both of these boys keeping it busy. Maybe Mitu's going to be re-attempting that double. 1, 2. Oh, looks like a double with a switch stance at the very end of that double front roll. Very nice. He does do that. Yeah, 6.68 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 680 there for that one. Mitu in the lead. Kite loop rodeo on the left-hand side of your screen. Pedro Matos coming down like a ton of bricks, unfortunately, with that one. Definitely looks windy. 3 minutes left on the clock for both of these guys. Mitu Monteiro, as we said before, he's got the experience. He knows what it's like to be in these situations. The young flair on the left-hand side, 2 big scores. He's got his work cut out. It is early days in the heat. 2 minutes 45 left. You can see the beautiful location there in the southern coast of Spain there with Mitu. Pedro Matos checking out the watch, making sure he knows how much time he has. They have 5 consecutive minutes to perform as many tricks as they want, but they have to hit the 4 categories. Mitu, back row, double tic-tac. Oh, Pedro going for that, front side 7 there, but unfortunately not quite getting the landing, and it looked like Mitu also missing that back row rotation with tic-tacs. Okay, Mitu nice and powered on the inside. We've seen him do that double front roll, but it looks like he's aiming to do something with the left foot forward on the way out. Has had the height. He was getting a good amount of height for that last maneuver. Pedro coming again towards us like a bat out of hell. Okay, Mitu, back loop, rodeo, just missing the flip on that one. Unfortunately, it was nice and stylish. Pedro Matos, kite loop, rodeo. This one looks like he's going to land it. Nice maneuver there from him. Very powerful, gets the yank, look at this, gets the board in between his leg. Fishing pole if I've ever seen it, 783 on the board. Nice landed, gets that little heli loop, lands in the flats. Great maneuver there from the young Brazilian. Equaling it up here on the boards, I'm gonna say it is very close. Where's my calculator when I need it? 120 on the board. In between these two, we have Matos on the left, Monteiro on the right. Looks like Pedro is definitely eyeing up for that toe side 7 signature move as his. Hasn't been able to land it so far. Can he get it third time lucky? 1 rotation, 2 rotation. Lands it perfectly, claims it, and always very happy. Me too just there, unfortunately getting a crash on that last maneuver. This is so hard. Look at that. 1, whips the board around, make sure he gets the kite above his head, 773. Me too there, just missing that back loop rodeo flip one more time, not being able to get the board underneath his feet, just need a little bit more height. Still very technical maneuver. It's anybody's games. Pedro Matos has put the work in on that last move. Me too has the highest score of the heat, but it looks like Pedro has one more category. Me too, one more time. Back loop rodeo, missing the flip on that one, unfortunately. Will he have enough time to land that maneuver one more time? Pedro Matos. Oh, trying the double front loop, shove it there. Very stylish. That would have been a bomb if he had been able to land that. Closing seconds of the heat, 10 minutes left on the clock. Mitu Monteiro going for a double front loop rodeo. Wow, talk about Mitu loves to do these things on the buzzer. 6:13, does the first rotation, grabs it, puts it in between his legs for the second, comes around. That is so technical. That is insane. 6:13 on the boards. Wow, what a heat. I'm going to have to get the calculator out if I'm going to want to see who took that one off with the win. But before we do, let us go to some of the highlight replays and see which are the moves that impressed the judges the most. Okay, starting off with a big back loop rodeo tic-tac. Beautiful here from Pedro Matos. Height, execution, power, style. 760 on the board. I don't want to imagine when this guy says that he can't do something. If it's hard for him to do a back roll, that's one of the biggest ones I've seen so far. This is the kite loop rodeo. This is commitment. Yank through the scars. Slingshots. Get the kite back on top of his head. Lands with ease. 783 on the board. And this is the toe side air 7. Took him 3 attempts to get it, but he does land this one perfectly. Look how he crouches that leg so he makes sure he gets the landing. Big back roll kite loop. Huge there for Mitu Monteiro. 840, highest score of the heat. And this is that simple back roll. Nice amount of style. Kite control, making sure he comes down with ease. 510 on the scores. Double front line here on the inside there by Mitu. 680. And then the final maneuver on the buzzer, that double front row rodeo, hitting that other category, getting the board after that first rotation, spinning around one more time, making sure he keeps his eye on the tiger and on the landing. Great maneuver there from the Cape Verdean. Action-packed heat from both of these guys, but hey, Mitu Monteiro, Pedro Matos, we knew it was going to be a very close one. Let's get that scorecard up because I want to see who is taking the win for this heat. Semi-final number 2 of the day. It is Pedro Matos. Congratulations there to him. 28.83 total. He got a big score, that 760 to start off. And then that toe side air 7 was a beauty. Mitu Monteiro started off big, then just unfortunately didn't get that last move that it looked like he was going for. But still, 26.43. There isn't any competition this guy hasn't won. And as we said before, the biggest respect there for Mitu. He is one of the guys that has pushed our sport so far. Congratulations there. And coming on with another member of the family very soon. Big saludos to you, to the family Monteiro. But coming in on my screen, the winner of semi-final number 2, advancing to the final, Pedro Matos. I think it looks like Pedro is just so excited, already getting the champagne out and salivating too early. Throw me a beer, please, Pedro. But it looks like, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, his connection is up there. So, unfortunately, we won't be able to get that victory dance there from the young Brazilian. But, Pedro, congratulations. What a way to end off the day. Semi-final number 2 with Pedro Matos advancing through to that winner's final. Let's bring up the elimination ladder and see how the competition will stand off so far. Okay, there we had the 2 semi-finals of the day. James Carew, Camille Delanois. Camille Delanois taking the win, being that first finalist. And then James Carew is going to be going up against Mitu Monteiro in the small final. To join Camille in that big winners final, we will have Pedro Matos. This is going to be Sunday, 8 o'clock Central European Time is when you have to be stuck to your television screen. Action is going to be on the water. It is the GKA Distance Battle 2020 finals. And let's not forget, joining us also will be the ladies. We have Capucine and Michaeli So. They are our 2 winner finalists. And then it will be Charlotte Carpentier going up against Carla Herrera. What a way to end off the day number 2. We have seen some of the biggest moves in kiteboarding so far. I can't wait to see to the finals. I'm Josie Ashler. It's been a pleasure broadcasting live for day number 2. Tune in on Sunday, 8 o'clock Central European Time. It is D-Day. Finals coming at you. Thank you very much. Good night and take care. Hmm.